We back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we have resurrected from the dead. Birds, Beers, and BS is back here on the AT Sports Network. Let's get this shit show going.
Let's go.
Disconnect between the head coach and the GM.
Because
and when you have
Howie's vision.
No, Howie's a freaking moron. And there's a reason why.
Howie,
Jeffrey,
you got a moron.
Are you ever gonna let me freaking talk? God damn, bro.
Good evening, happy Friday, and welcome to another episode of Birds, Beers, and BS here on the AT Sports Network. Yes, it's not a mirage. We are here. We are alive and well, and we apologize for being away for as long as we have, but fuck it.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way. Work sucks.
Yeah. Oh, man, you nailed it. You nailed it right on the head.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little backstory. I started a new job over the last couple of weeks, so it's been quite a transition. But the good news is I'm wife and kid free for the next couple of days. So party it up, ladies and gentlemen. But look,
Shout out to Jenna.
we appreciate everyone for tuning in here on this Friday evening for another episode of Birds, Beers, and BS. Well, look, a lot to cover. We'll dive into a little bit of everything. It's been a while since we've been on. We'll give you our thoughts, touch a little bit base on the Eagles draft. I know that was back in April, but look, we haven't been on since then, so I definitely want to get Peanut's take on that subject. Look a bit at the Eagles schedule a little bit. Also, Chris Sims once again came out with his yearly quarterback ranking, so we'll dive to that, see where Jalen Hurts fell on the current Chris Sims list. So we'll give you our thoughts, whether it was fair, over, under, and also we want to hear your thoughts. So make sure you're following, liking, subscribing. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think of the program, what you think of the topics. Maybe you have a question. Maybe there's something you want us to talk about. Ask us anything. If you have a random question like, what color is Peanut's boxers right now or something like that? Ask us whatever. We don't give a fuck.
Newsflash, I'm not wearing any boxers.
Okay, that's too much info. TMI, bro. But again, we'd like to thank our sponsors here of Birds, Beers, and BS and AT Sports Network, because without any of them, we would not be here today. So we'd like to thank our friends at Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant in Allentown. You can order out at 610-395-2300, or you can deliver as well, vinnyspizzapa.com. Again, Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant in Allentown off the Iroquois Trail Shopping Center. They're located there, and look, they have pizza, they have subs, they have calzones, they have it all. So again, make sure to check out Vinny's and Pizza and Restaurant off Iroquois Trail in the Old Town Shopping Center in Allentown.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to thank our friends at Stuff to the Grills in Allentown. They're also located off the Iroquois Trail in the Old Town Shopping Center.
Yes,
You can order by calling 484-274-6760 or visit stufftothegrills.com for their full menu and specials. And look, graduation season, college, high school graduations recently. I'll say 4th of July picnics coming up soon. They do catering. So if you have a family event, you have a graduation event, you have a work function. I'll say my wife's work does it all the time from Stuff to the Grills. It's Hanson Technologies. So I'll say kudos to Hanson Technologies for supporting Stuff to the Grills. Make sure to check them out. Again, stufftothegrills.com.
Yeah.
And then we have a little bit of a new sponsor. Look, support the pod, support the network.
Shave your balls.
Everyone, I'll say, gentlemen, it's that time of the year. It's getting swampy. It's getting gross. It's getting humid. You don't want that swampy area down in your crotch region. So make sure you're grooming regularly. Check out Manscaped. Get 20% off using the code AAT Sports at manscaped.com. Again, AAT Sports at manscaped.com. So again, make sure to support the pod. We appreciate everyone's support.
Bye.
Pretty much. So Peanut, how's it been? What you been up to lately? I said we haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah, I know. I recently got back from vacation, so I'm a little bit shell shocked with work, but other than that, man, I'm ready to get this shit show going, man.
Breaking your toe?
Yeah, I broke my toe. That was a personal conversation we had prior to this starting.
How's
but
that a personal conversation? Who
we're
cares
talking
if you
about
broke your
broken
toe?
toes. Yeah, I got a broken toe. It's either that or gout.
It's not like
King's disease.
It's not like me where I freaking twist an ankle and I'm out for 2 weeks. You were actually doing carpentry and dropped something on your foot. Shit happens.
What we should do is play the clip of how you hurt your ankle that last time. Right?
Oh, Jenna! I'm surprised Jenna hasn't freaking sent that or put that in a video somehow.
We need to get that here because that one was classic. But no, dude, just doing the whole dad work, life stuff and things and junk. But no, I'm excited to get back into the ring here.
Or sad to be back.
Very sad to be back. Very sad. It's to the point where me and my wife are actually looking for places to live over there. Like we didn't want to come back. But no, I'm refreshed now. I guess I'm ready for the rest of the year to kick my ass.
Pretty much.
Other than that, I'm ready to go. Let's get this shit show started.
Well, yeah, let's get this shit show going. And look, recently, once again, every year it's a yearly debate amongst NFL fans, especially Philadelphia Eagles fans,
right,
on where Chris Sims puts our quarterback. And last year or the year before, he didn't even have Jalen Hurts in the top 32 quarterbacks. He even have him as one of the best starting quarterback, or even ranked high enough to be one of the starting quarterbacks in the National Football League.
Right.
So there was a lot of disrespect, and rightfully so. Granted, look, Jalen Hurts entering last season, we had high hopes for him, and he lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
So they're going into last season, there was a lot of question marks and a lot of uncertainty, and especially with the team around him. Can he come over the adversity? Could he be that leader? Could he be that franchise quarterback? And like we said, he lived up to that hype, and he got the franchise type of deal, and he's here for years to come.
He's the face of the Eagles.
And look, I'll say the rankings here right now, I'll say we'll talk. We'll get your thoughts, but let me just run down the list real quick.
Go ahead.
So at 40, he has Desmond Ridder. Number 39, he had Sam Howell. Bryce Young at 38. C.J. Stroud 37. Anthony Richardson 36. Screw this, taking too long.
Let's do top 10. Let's do top 10. Top 10.
I was trying to build it up, but it was going to take fucking forever. I don't feel like reading it.
All right, top 10.
So of course,
top 10.
Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes, rightfully so.
Right. Well, you should have went 10-1. But whatever. Go ahead.
We'll do 1 to 10.
All right. Go ahead.
Joe Burrow, number 2.
Okay.
Josh Allen, number 3. Herbert, 4. Lamar Jackson, 5. Trevor Lawrence, 6. And then he gets to Jalen Hurts, 7. So he at least has Jalen Hurts 7. So let me round out the top 10 real quick. Aaron Rodgers at 8. Deshaun Watson, 9. And Matthew Stafford, 10.
Yeah.
Do you think he placed them correctly? Is it too high, too low?
I think what he did was instead of just eating crow and admitting that he was wrong, I think he put him in a position where it'd be tough to argue that number 7, I guess you can argue would be not bad. But I mean, if you look at those other quarterbacks, looking at that list, there's a couple like Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, but Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence in front of Jalen Hurts. I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It could go either way, but number 7 is his way of saying I was wrong about him last year without saying he was wrong about him last year, and still not giving him the credit that he should give him. That's my opinion on Sims.
So I'm not sure how Sims. I haven't had a chance to listen to his podcast or listen why he ranked guys the way he did.
Right.
But I think that what he's sort of looking at if I want to build a franchise around a certain quarterback.
Well, yeah.
This is the order I want to go to, not based off of stats,
right?
Not based off of intangibles, not based off of leadership or anything of that. I think he's looking purely just at the quarterback skills. And almost all the guys ahead of him, besides Lamar Jackson, are considered pocket passers. Patrick Mahomes, I would say he's arguably, there's no doubt about it, the best
Number
quarterback in the National Football League over the last however many years.
All right, so why don't we do this? Let's go from 1 to number 7, and let's see, would you choose that quarterback over Jalen Hurts? So at number 1, obviously, Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely.
100%.
Burrow, I would take.
Number 3, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, I would.
But you had that same little hesitation, didn't you?
I feel Josh Allen. He definitely could. I feel he could be on the level of Mahomes.
He's a baller, though.
Granted, if he did not have Stephon Diggs, would he still have the same success that he has? But just watching him,
yeah,
the way he throws that ball, his delivery, his accuracy, his execution, he's arguably, in my opinion, a top 5 quarterback in the game.
I agree with that. He got that dog in him too.
Absolutely.
All right.
Justin Herbert.
See, I don't know.
I'm a little hesitant on Herbert.
Yeah.
Herbert. He was a great talent coming out of college, and I feel we're sort of giving him like wait till next year, and he still put up some numbers. He's still I think a decent quarterback, but I don't see him as an elite level quarterback yet.
I agree with you 100%.
I feel he's more like that Andrew Luck level. Like every year Andrew Luck would put up some numbers. He would show some flashes. He would be a leader. He would put his team in position to win football games.
Right.
And I feel Herbert sort of does that. Granted, he doesn't have the greatest team around him. I think their defense wasn't that great. Right. Yes, he has Eckler. He had Keenan Allen.
Right.
But look, I'll say he only could do so much. He's the quarterback, but he's still, I think, a great talent. I might arguably, though, put Jalen Hurts either almost as equal, if not maybe a little bit better. But as pure pocket and pure passing ability, I feel Herbert has the edge, but I feel Jalen Hurts is the better all-around quarterback, in my opinion.
I 100% agree with you. I think Herbert should be moved up the list, actually. Go ahead.
I'll say Lamar Jackson, I feel Jalen Hurts is way better.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, Lamar.
Sorry, Baltimore.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson, he was a former NFL MVP.
Right.
He was a human highlight reel.
Right.
And I would say I feel he's a more explosive quarterback, especially with his mobility.
Dangerous.
Very dangerous.
But he doesn't make the difference between him and Lamar Jackson is decision making, I think.
That and Jalen Hurts has found ways to win in the playoffs. What has Lamar Jackson done?
Yeah.
I think he maybe have one playoff win. I don't have the stats offhand, but playoff record. Let's see real quick.
This is why we love technology.
He's 1-3. Jackson has a 1-3 record in the playoffs with the Ravens, having led them to the postseason 3 times. Okay, so he's been consistent. He's been bringing his team to the playoffs, but
he hasn't taken.
Besides that 1 year being an MVP winner, what else has this dude done?
So that's 2 quarterbacks so far that we think honestly.
Well, yeah, Adam chiming in. Thank you, Adam, for chiming in. Say, what has Herbert, Lamar Jackson done? And we completely agree.
Nothing.
And look. This Chris Sims fucking list, it's just to get ratings. It's just to get clicks. It's essentially clickbait because people like us on a fucking small-ass shitty podcast on the goddamn internet are, of course, going to talk about it and fucking dissect and ridicule and fucking bitch about it for fucking hours.
Hey, we're doing it, though, right?
We are.
We are doing it.
Adam also chiming in. Josh Allen is Madden.
He's on the cover.
Yeah, he's on the cover.
Thank God, man. I thought they were going to put Jalen Hurts on. I'm like, please don't.
I don't really believe in the Madden curse much anymore. Look, you see the years. Say Mahomes was on it. He saw a great year. I think Brady, the 1 year he was on it, he took his team to the Super Bowl.
They put Madden on the cover and he died.
Well, they put him on. They put him on after he died.
Did they put him on after? Okay,
yeah, it was to commemorate him.
Okay. I thought they already made that decision. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't the Madden cover athlete. They had a commemorative edition. Like every year they come out with a deluxe or like a special edition. They were commemorating Madden because it was like the 30th year or something like that.
Right. No curse, he's dead. Rest in peace, John Madden.
Then I'll say they have Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, I feel, look, coming out of college, he could have been the next Peyton Manning. He could have been.
He still could be. I mean, I think
he has to get out of Jacksonville.
Yeah.
No offense to the Jaguars. But until Shad Khan learns how to run that organization, they made the playoffs this past year.
Yeah.
But look, there's no competing for the Jacksonville Jaguars to be any type of Super Bowl contending team.
Right.
Even I would say without Trevor Lawrence, they're nothing.
Yeah. 100%.
With Trevor Lawrence and look, they have Dougie P. Dougie P. Love and respect. He won us the Super Bowl, but look, that team without Trevor Lawrence and a couple other pieces they have, they're fucking nothing.
So right there, basically, based off of our conversation on the list right now, Jalen should probably be number 4.
He should be top 5.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what Chris Sims was doing there. He put him in the top 10, but kept him out of the top 5. And honestly, like based off of what we seen last year, like why wouldn't he be top 5?
But right now, I'll say, just looking at the list of the quarterbacks going into this season, it's kind of astonishing and kind of weird. Like, besides outside the top 5,
Right.
the rest are pretty much debatable. Like, there's not a lot of elite quarterbacks anymore in the National Football League.
I agree.
I'll say, yeah, you have Aaron Rodgers. He's top 10 here, but how is he going to be able to transition going to the New York Jets?
Yeah.
Under a new head coach, a new offensive game plan, a new team, even though he's trying to recruit pretty much everyone from fucking Green Bay to come to New York.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. Plus, Aaron Rodgers, he's late 30s? So I'll say the wear and tear in his body, it's going to eventually catch up to him. Can he stay at that level of being an elite quarterback? And the fact that he has Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that bothers me.
Top 10.
And Matthew Stafford.
Who's also in his mid-30s. And, yeah, he's still putting up numbers. But that just shows you at the level of the quarterback position in the NFL right now. There's a lot of unknown. Like a lot of these rookies that he has in the later part of the top 40.
Yeah,
it's because of the unknown. You don't know how they're going to transition to the NFL.
Right.
You don't know how they're going to adjust to their to their scheme and to their offensive game plan. You don't know how the rest of the team around them is going to be built and how it's going to affect their play. So.
Yeah.
But
how about Gardner Minshew at 34?
34.
What the fuck?
Taylor Heineke at 33. Sam Darnold 27. Brock Purdy, Mr. Wonderful last year at 26. But we don't know if he's going to be able to even play for half the season.
And I like Brock, but
Kenny Pickett has a potential. If there's one guy on this list I feel that can possibly push his way to like the top 10, top 15, it possibly could be Kenny Pickett.
Okay. All right. You don't think Geno Smith, maybe second year into the Seattle system?
I don't know. Geno, I feel, kind of ran his course. He was a hot quarterback last year, and
so you think it's a flash in the pan kind of thing?
A little bit.
How about Geno Smith? Only two play. Where is he at? He's only 2 on top of Dak Prescott.
He's 15.
Yo, Dak is no respect, man. Sorry, Dallas.
Well, he lost Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
Say they got
Pollard.
They brought Pollard back on a 1-year deal, so.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. Kirk Cousins,
Daniel
Jones is 11.
Why?
Yes. So look, before we blow it up, and I'll say blow it out of proportion.
We should make our own list. Like every year, just make our own fucking list.
I'll say Adam chiming in again. Jalen was second MVP race and could have been MVP in Super Bowl. He should be top 5, maybe 4.
Yeah,
I agree with you. And we agree, Adam. Like I said, I'm not sure what his qualifications are or how he's ranking his quarterbacks, but I feel he doesn't look into the intangibles.
Yeah.
He looks strictly at the tape and see their mechanics and see how they read defenses. And he sort of looks at all these other things rather than their ability, rather than their leadership, rather like what have they done in the NFL so far. I think he's just looking at pure quarterback ability.
Okay.
And in Jalen Hurts' defense, Chris Sims' defense, Jalen Hurts has had one good season so far.
True. One great season.
He led his team to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Let's see what he can do next year. I'll say let's see what he can do with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith again. Let's see what he can do without Miles Sanders at the running back position.
Big question mark.
You have a new running back back there with Penny.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course you have Kenneth Gainwell and some of these other guys.
You got Swift, you got
you have Swift.
And Gainwell shows some promising, honestly, he shows some promising highlight reel stuff. Damn, I'm sorry, yo. It's been a while. Forgive me.
Yeah.
But I think I would have been comfortable going into this year with Gainwell as RB1. You know what I mean? So if you add Swift, who injuries, Penny, you're just icing the cake. You know what I'm saying? Look, what are you on your phone? Come on, man. We got a show to do.
You're talking.
No, I'm playing. But yeah, that's a big question mark in the back, especially after. Were we on after the draft? I don't think we did it after the draft.
That's what I was about to say. We're gonna talk
segue.
We'll segue real quick. So, look, looking over the Eagles draft, we haven't had a chance to really give you our thoughts about it, but on paper and just summing it up, it was a hell of a fucking draft. Look, they have defensive tackle Jalen Carter, linebacker Nolan Smith.
I think is a steal of the draft.
Second round, offensive lineman Tyler Steen. Third round, Sidney Brown, who is apparently blowing it up at OTAs right now. So let's see what he can do in live game action in the preseason, the regular season. But so far, Sidney Brown could be one of the steals of the draft early on right now.
Okay. All right.
Cornerback Keely Ringo. Sixth round, they have quarterback Tanner McKee.
Who?
And then seventh round, Morara Jomo. I'm going to fucking butcher that goddamn name.
Wait, is it Moro Ajomo?
Yeah, that's fucking it. Hopefully that dude doesn't get a lot of playing time because no offense, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name very often.
we just call him Mo.
But yeah, looking on paper, looking at this draft, there's no doubt about they should be getting an A+.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I give them based off of like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Before entering the season, like, look, these guys can be busts, but
Right.
I'm saying going into the season on paper, when you initially look at the draft,
Yeah,
you see potential, you see stars,
yeah,
you see guys that can make an impact.
yeah.
And normally, you want the first 3 rounds, those guys you want to make immediate impact.
Right.
You have guys, and you have Keely Ringo in the 4th round, cornerback.
I think
that he can make if he can make the transition to the NFL from college, he can be a huge impact for this defense.
That's right. I agree with you 100%.
Especially in a secondary right now. Look, Darius Slay isn't getting younger. You're still looking for that guy opposite of Darius Slay.
Right.
The future of replacing Slay.
Right,
My
right,
apologies.
Right. Which let's give Howie his flowers. Wow.
Again,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what we do every show with you.
Hey, listen, I've been saying it for years. I think Howie did a wonderful job. Look, at the end of the season, we were all bummed out because we were going to lose a bunch of players. And we did. And the way he supplemented with veterans and then bringing in fresh young talent, I think, honestly, the way he handled this offseason shows the progression. And I think Howie's learned from his mistakes from the past. And I mean, and
shout
out Howie.
Our last show was right before the draft, and what did I tell you? They were it was right before the first round.
Mm-hmm.
We might have it. I would say it might have been going into the second day. I can't remember.
I can't either.
But look, I'll say what did I say in that last show for the draft? What the Eagles needed to do and what they were going to do.
Right.
They were going to address the defensive side of the football.
Yep.
And look, you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of their 7 selections came from the defense. Say, of course, they're going to build offensive line because, look, Howie loves offensive linemen. Yeah. The Eagles win and lose their battles in the trenches. Yeah. And with a lot of uncertainty with how long is Jason Kelce going to play? Right. You had his replacement in the wing. I'll say his rookie contract is going to be over with. So are you going to re-sign him if Kelce continues to play? And you need that guy that can be that versatile offensive lineman like Steen to come in here.
And they're high on Steen right now.
And be a guy that can come in here and for some reason they move on from the Kelce's original replacement. Yeah. They can go out, they can bring him in and get him trained and already. So look, and Jalen Carter, look,
hey,
with Carter, Milton Williams, and Fletcher Cox and that defensive line rotation, look, it's going to be magical.
Magical, that's a good word.
With this front four.
Yeah.
And the different schemes and the different way they can design this defense to get after the quarterback, the clog holes, shut down the opponent's running game. On paper, it's a magnificent thing if everything falls into place. If these guys live up to the hype, then you get a look. We keep on bitching that the Eagles don't value the linebacking position. They go out and get Nolan Smith, who was potentially a top 10 player at that time. Yeah, he has his issues. There's a couple of things that a lot of teams weren't too highly on him for.
What were those issues?
Well, his size.
Oh, okay. It's kind of, he reminds me of a Hassan Reddick. You know what I mean? Like, he really does. But yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Continue.
Well, yeah, Nolan Smith, he's a tremendous talent. Like, he can get after the quarterback. He can make plays for you. Yeah. He's going to be – he could be that secret weapon that this Eagles defense has been looking for quite some time.
Absolutely agree with that.
And I'll say he brings that pass rushing ability. Yeah. And look, Brandon Graham's not getting any younger.
No.
Josh Sweat, they gave him a contract and he's shown flashes in the pan, but he's not a 3-down. He's not a 3-down lineman.
No.
So, and they have Reddick in there as well. So look, it gives them a lot of possibilities.
You know what I noticed about this defense too is a lot of the defensive players that are on our team. This whole team defense is based off speed.
Yeah, well, that's how Howie's always been building his teams.
Yeah. Speed.
He loves speed, and
cocaine.
Sometimes it can benefit you, and then sometimes it can bite you in the ass.
That's true.
Because
with speed, you don't have power sometimes.
You don't have power. You don't have size, and sometimes it comes back to bite you in the ass. Mm-hmm. But look, I'm very confident in what Howie did in the draft. I'm very confident going into the season right now, knocking on wood that there's no injuries, that we can finally have a team at full strength and see what this team can really do.
Yeah, I mean, last year I think we were the healthiest team in the NFL. Weren't we? I mean, that's going to be impossible to like recreate, but I mean, if we can stay healthy, hell yeah.
Absolutely. Real quick, I'll say before we get out of here, we didn't really get to talk about the Eagles' schedule too terribly much, or sorry, at all.
At all.
So, Pina, is there any specific game that you're worried about? Is there a stretch of games that you're excited to see, matchups? Maybe an early season prediction on what their schedule might be, you think?
Honestly, like, it's the first time I'm going into, like, within the last, I say, 5 years, it's the first time I'm going into the season, not me going in, I don't play for the Eagles, but it's the first time that I honestly, like, when the schedule was released, I'm like, we can win all these games if we play to our potential. The one game that I'm really looking forward to is honestly, like, probably the Cowboys. The reason why it's the Cowboys game, for some reason, I was still afraid of the Cowboys last year. You know what I mean? Like, for some reason, they matched up well against us, and Dak always has a field day with our defense. So I'm looking forward to the November. What's the first game? Is it November 5th? No, it's whatever. The first Cowboys game.
First cow is November 5th.
November 5th. I'm looking forward to that game because I want to gauge how I feel about this team based off of that, because the way Dak has a field day with our and mind you, I'm never going to forget the blowout where they just kept putting up points on us. Like, that has not left my psyche or my mind or my soul. So November 5th, if we can get in there and just blow them the fuck out, that would be the greatest day of my life. Because I just honestly, like, every other team, I feel like it doesn't matter what team's in front of this team. I think they have the potential to beat every team, but I always feared, and you Cowboy fans can talk all the shit you want. It's all good. But I've always feared the way Dak has field days with our defense. So we'll see. November 5th Cowboy game. That's the one I'm looking forward to. You?
It's a tough toss up here, but look, on paper, this ain't an easy schedule. I'll say everyone wanted to complain last year that, look, the Eagles had a cupcake schedule because, we were playing a last place schedule because we fell off the year before.
Right.
Or I forget, third or fourth place schedule in the division. So, look, and there's no excuses now. If we go 13-4, 14-3, there's no fucking excuses. Look, we have the Patriots week 1 on the road on Tom Brady night. Tom Brady day. He's getting enshrined. Well, if he doesn't fucking come back, that is.
Yeah, he'll be playing.
Because now there's a rumor that he's going to be owner of the goddamn Raiders, and he wants to come back and come back and play.
And the coach. Fuck it.
Pretty much.
Why not?
But look, on the road, a Patriots team that on paper isn't good, but you're giving Bill Belichick time. You're giving Bill Belichick to scheme things up and prepare for a week 1 matchup. I think he's one of the best coaches in his tenure in week 1 games.
Yeah, I agree.
You come back home, short week at home against the Minnesota Vikings. Then you go on the road Monday Night Football against the Buccaneers. And then, of course, the Rams in there. The Jets on the road. Aaron Rodgers at the helm there. Dolphins. That's going to be a fucking great game. You got Tyreek Hill in the house. Of course, you have your divisional games with the Cowboys. The Chiefs on the road. Fucking going to Arrowhead against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl rematch.
I'm not scared of that game.
Buffalo Bills.
The Bills I'm a little scared of.
I'll say, look, luckily it's at home, but you have Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs coming home.
Yeah.
The 49ers are always a great football team. The Seahawks on the road. So, look.
I mean, the 49ers, like, what quarterback are we facing at that point? December 3rd?
I'll say they're out for blood hunting. They're out to hunt us down because
they hate us. Shout out P-Rock.
They seriously felt they had a chance to beat us in the NFC Championship game if their quarterbacks didn't get hurt. They felt they were a little bit cheated because they were down to their third string quarterback, and no offense to him, but he's a third string for a reason. Yeah,
and mind you, they changed the rules now because of that.
Yeah, they're gonna allow emergency quarterback to
to throw the ball or hand the ball off. But yeah, man, you know what? What's weird is it's almost like there's a rivalry brewing between the 49ers now.
There is.
You know what I'm saying?
It was the Minnesota Vikings a couple of those years because we beat them in the playoffs a couple years in a row.
And we won the Super Bowl in Minnesota.
Yeah, and now it's the 49ers. But look, early prediction. I know the season's not for a couple months away. A lot could happen between now and then. On paper, if you had to pick today, what would you have the Eagles' record be?
The record would be, I would say 13-4. I think we're gonna lose 4 games, and mind you, some of those games are gonna be with backup. If Jalen Hurts keeps running the way he's running, he's not gonna be able to sustain the same, like, you know what I mean. He's gonna have to sit out a couple games. So I say 13-4. I think this defense is gonna surprise people. I think Jalen Hurts makes the necessary steps to improve and get better, which is phenomenal. And honestly, like the main weakness that I see on this team, excuse me, that was a burp, y'all. I silenced it though. Silencer. Is special teams. I think special teams is an issue that needs to be dealt with, and hopefully is dealt with. But I see us at 13-4, and I honestly believe in our quarterback for the first time in a long time. So that's my prediction. 13-4.
I have us going 12-5.
12-5 is
12-5.
12-5 is fine.
I feel. Look, this team is great on paper. But I want to see them go up. And look, they took us to the Super Bowl. We came up just 3 points short of winning the Super Bowl, our second Lombardi in however many years it would have been.
Mm-hmm.
But
Which was hard to swallow, too.
But this is a lot tougher schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I feel some of the trips and the scheduling is not in the Eagles' favor. Like, look, the fact that they go 4 days after facing the Patriots to go on the home opener against the Vikings.
Right.
Then on the road to the Buccaneers, a little bit extra rest, but still, I'm not.
You're afraid of Baker Mayfield?
I'm not afraid of Baker Mayfield, but it's just the situation you're in.
Right.
Especially early on, the Eagles just don't have the history. For the most part, there's some years like where we went 6-0, 7-0, 8-0 this past year, whatever it was. That were they struggle early on until they finally get in their groove.
I got you.
So I'm interested to see how they rebound. Plus, the one curse I do believe in is the Super Bowl curse of losing the Super Bowl. The last team to make the Super Bowl after losing it was the Patriots. The year they lost to us, they went the following year and won it against the Rams.
Okay.
Before that, you have to think the last team to win it, or I think before that you have to go back to the Bills or no, it might have been the Broncos.
Oh shit, yeah.
The Broncos.
Yeah, okay.
So
Right. So listen.
Broncos, Bills. So this happens that happens once every 10, 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Where you lose the Super Bowl and go immediately back the following year. And look, the Eagles people are out to get them. I'll say people are going to go out. They have teams have a bounty on the Eagles because right now Jalen Hurts is the talk of the league.
Yeah.
He might, besides Mahomes, he might be the poster child for the National Football League. He was a runner-up at MVP. We were one of the number one offenses in the NFL. Nick Sirianni, he's a very very outgoing coach.
Okay.
So look, I'll say the Eagles are always constantly in the media. The Eagles are always constantly being talked about. And if you can knock off the Super Bowl runner-up, people are going to go for that. Like we brought before, the 49ers, if they can lose, they don't care if they lose every other game this season. If they beat us, that's all they fucking care about.
You know what? I'm gonna disagree with you on this one. I think this team's culture is different. I think the team is focused, and I think the leaders in the locker room, the coaching staff, even management. I think honestly, like we're so used to having this happen to us that we're kind of like we have this PTSD or PTSD.
What the hell are you saying?
Yeah, post-traumatic sin, whatever that is. Anyways, we always expect us to, like, if we have something good happen, the foot's gonna fall. And all season last year, every time something good happened, we were always waiting for something bad to happen. And I think the culture it leveled it out. And I think the leadership on this team will keep us at least competitive.
Oh, we're gonna be competitive, and we're still gonna be winning football games.
At the very least, competitive. But I think dominant in certain areas of the game as well.
We'll see.
I'm not afraid.
I kind of feel there's been a little bit of a turnover on the roster from last season.
True.
We have a lot more aging veterans.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we brought in some young talent through the draft, but the question is, can they translate from college rankings to the NFL?
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a question mark, and I agree with you. Look, The culture's there. There's a lot of leadership. Everyone buys into Sirianni's system.
Yep.
But sometimes that just isn't enough. You still have to go out there and execute. You still have to go out there and win football games. You still have to go out there and, like you said, dominate.
Yeah.
And look, we won't know that until they step on that field September 10th.
That's right. That's right.
So again, we thank you for everyone for tuning in for another episode of Birds, Beers, and BS. I don't know when the fuck we'll be back. We'll figure it out.
Maybe next week.
But again, the only way for you to find out when we're on is by following, liking, subscribing, hitting that notification button, letting you know every time we post something on one of our social media pages.
Yeah.
Every time one of our shows goes live, from the weekly report to Across the Pitch, from firing Phillies with Adam Mack talking about the Philadelphia Phillies,
Shout out
Across the Pitch, whoever, I forget some of the other shows we have. I don't fucking know. It's changing constantly. But again, make sure you're following, liking, subscribing, supporting the network, supporting the podcast.
Yeah.
We appreciate everyone's support for tuning in and supporting this journey here.
Thank you.
Thanks Adam. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Laura. Anyone else that might have chimed in or was watching, we thank you as well. Send it to a friend, send it to a family member, send it to some stranger, send it to someone at work.
Yeah.
Send a mass email to all your employees, tell them about the fucking program.
Don't even tell them about it. Let them click on it.
Pretty much.
We'll get the view, I guess.
But again, we want to thank our friends, some of our sponsors here on the AT Sports Network. Thank you to Stuff to the Grills in Allentown. Order by calling 484-274-6760 or visit stufftothegrills.com for a full menu and specials.
That place is awesome.
Be on the lookout. We will be hosting a show a little bit closer to the start of the season, live from Stuff to the Grills. So make sure to keep on tuning in and checking out for that date, so you can put in your calendar and come on out and support the cause.
Yeah, but
I'd like to thank our friends at Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant in Allentown. Order takeout or delivery at 610-395-2300 or visit vinnyspizzapa.com for their full menu. And then also make sure to check out our swag, baby, atsportsnetwork.com/shop, and also check out the website for everything Birds, Beers, and BS and all our shows on the AT Sports Network. And then we'd like to thank our friends at Manscaped. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in. And as we say on every single fucking show here on Birds, Beers, and BS,
drink them if you got them, motherfucker.
Support for AT Sports Network is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. With this offer, you'll join over 8 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. Enjoy 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code AAT Sports. That is AAT Sports at manscaped.com. As a married man, I have been there. Personal grooming can be difficult and pretty painful. Luckily, the Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, it is a game changer. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, the Crop Reviver toner, a pair of performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all of your new tools. First off, the Lawnmower 4.0. This thing is the future of grooming. Because this trimmer is waterproof, you can say goodbye to the mess. You thought that was good, but want to take your grooming game even further to the next level? The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and provides proprietary skin-safe technology which helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate nose holes. Their Crop Preserver ball deodorant and Crop Reviver ball toner will change the way you approach your hygiene routine. Trust me when I say this, fellas, your balls will be thankful. To top it all off, Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Bring your comfort in boxers to another level. So remember, get 20% off and free shipping with the code AAT Sports at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com and use code AAT Sports to support us. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.